Hey everybody, welcome to the Weight Loss for Women Over 40 podcast. I am Nikki T, I'm your host, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I have done this in the past, but I thought I'd give it a try because I think this is going to be super helpful for you guys out there. I'm from Jersey, everybody's you guys, sorry. You ladies out there who are kind of struggling with your weight loss and so this podcast again, a lot of times, I don't know if you know, but I do kind of give myself an outline as I go forward on my podcast. Today, I'm winging it. I'm freeballing it today. So, um, but I want to talk about gratitude again. So the podcast I just recently did, we talked about gratitude. There is a gratitude journal workbook that you can go grab for free on my website. The website is Weight Loss for Women Over 40 and .net. But I wanted to kind of also tie in this episode with the last episode because I feel like gratitude, again, I talked about in the last episode, there's this feeling of gratitude where you're grateful that something horrible didn't happen to you. That's one type of gratitude. And then there's this gratitude of like, holy crap, we're living in a miracle. Like the fact that it rains, feeds the plants, goes back up into the sky, that the world is revolving, without us doing anything. Gravity exists. The sun comes up, the moon comes up, all these things that are tied into nature. I think, especially in this technological age, we kind of forget about. So, what I want to talk about today is the book called The Magic. It is by Rhonda Byrnes, and she is part of the people that were interviewed for The Secret, which is the book on laws of attraction. So, whether you believe in the laws of attraction or not, there is this book is kind of it ties in a little bit of laws of attraction, but it's really focused on gratitude. So the whole premise of the book is there's 28 days. She gives you a prompt every single day, and it really focuses on a certain aspect in your life that you want to kind of bring in a little bit more gratitude for. So I discovered this book, I guess it's been at least a year and a half at least. Um, I have kind of taken a step away from the book because I've done it, I think 9 rounds of this. So I've done 9 months of gratitude journal over the last year and a half, which I absolutely love. And even though as I'm talking about this, I know I'm going to go back to this, but I did take a different approach to gratitude for the last couple of months. But again, I wanted to share this with you because it was really pivotal for me in my life. There's a couple books that I want to share with you guys on this podcast because they helped me so much. I've done a podcast on You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Absolutely life-changing book for me. The yellow one is the one that really shifted my life back in 2014 and really kind of led me down the path of mindset, and I can't believe that that was 10 years ago. It seems like it was yesterday, but it wasn't. So let's talk about the magic. The magic gets you into this space like day one, you write everything that you could possibly dream about, everything that you want, everything that you desire in different aspects of your life. And I recommend that you get this book and really take a Sunday or take a day where you have a couple hours to really sit down, get a journal book that you absolutely love and you want to write in. I'm big on journal books. I'm big on journaling. So get that fancy pen that you like if you want to get the fancy journal or get a marble notebook and a pencil. It doesn't matter. Label it the magic and start going through each day of the prompt. So the first day, it's really like a pre-day. She really goes into really diving into like, what is it that you want? And I talk a lot about this with my clients. There's this like glass ceiling that we put on our limitations of what we can have, what we can expect in life. And it it doesn't give us full what's the word? I want to say potential, but it doesn't give us the leeway, the expansion that you need to create this next version of you, whatever that is. We're always evolving, we're always changing, we're always growing. If you're not, you're dying, right? You're stagnant, you're staying stuck. So if you're the person that wants to really take another level to your life, this book is going to help. And it's interesting, as I'm talking about this is why I created Maven Heart. Maven Heart is my new company. We're kind of in a holding pattern right now with Maven Heart for personal reasons, but Maven Heart is really that next step of understanding and taking that step of like, who is it that I want to be? What do I want to do? I have a client in Maven Heart, and she is retiring this year from a very long-standing career that she's had, and she wants my help going forward into this next chapter. Like, what does it look like for her? I worked with her in my group program, and she wants to take it to another level. So I'm thrilled to be helping her with this. But again, this is kind of crossing over between Maven Heart and what I do for weight loss. So within the book of the magic, each day there's going to be a different prompt that gives you some insight, some thought-provoking questions about how you want to see certain angles of your life. I mean, she goes over finance, relationships, spirituality, the body that you want, right? So allowing yourself the freedom to daydream. As kids, we used to daydream all the time, and you might have gotten shunned for doing it, especially in school if you were expected to pay attention. But we've lost that aspect of daydreaming because we're so set in like, no, this is reality. This is what's happening in my life. And you don't allow yourself to dream and to desire things. We have these standards that we operate from, that we're conditioned as young kids, that you are expected to be a mother, you're expected to maybe make dinner, you're expected to be a wife, you're expected to be on the PTA, like all these things that are not your standards. They're somebody else's standards. And our dreams get squashed. They really get shoved down. Heaven forbid you should tell somebody your dreams and they're like, really? Is that realistic? Do you think you can do that? How, like, you got to get into a circle of people that are going to lift you up with your dreams and be like, how can I support you? How can I help you make this happen? Right? Without question. Because again, I feel like if you have a desire in you, depending on what you believe in, I believe that, faith wise, there is the desire put in your subconscious, your body, your spirit, whatever you want to call it, that you were meant to fulfill, right? I don't think, if you believe in God, I don't think God gave you the desire to do something and then it's like, no, you can't do that. I was just teasing. No, I think that's what makes us all unique and what makes us really help the world, because we all have these unique fires inside of us that we are not expressing because we're being pushed down by reality, by the standards of what is expected in society, right? The people that are doing big things, they're called crazy, and then they do them and then they're like, oh, you're amazing, you're a genius, right? The Wright brothers, perfect example. Could you imagine back in the day, them trying to tell and explain people that we're going to fly in the air? People probably thought they were absolutely insane. And I'm sure a bunch of them were like, yeah, really? You think you're going to get some piece of metal up in the air and fly it? And now today, we are flying all over the place in huge, huge airplanes. So back to the magic. Get a hold of this book. You can get it on audible.com if you are like to listen to it. I personally have it on audible.com. But go grab the book. You can buy it at Barnes and Nobles. You can buy it on Amazon. Pretty much anywhere books are sold, I am sure you can grab a copy of this book. Get a journal, get your favorite pen, and start blocking out some time each day to do this. Again, it's 28 days, and this is kind of going to go against the habit thing. You hear people say that habits take 21 days. I don't believe that. I think habits take a lot longer, and I think habits are definitely something that you need to change in your subconscious. It's not just the action of the habit. You need to understand why you want to do that habit, why you want to change and do different things. But this book, like I said, the first pre-day, lop off, an hour or two or three, to really kind of get into the mode of like daydreaming and expanding your vision for what you want. No glass ceilings, right? And then for the next 28 days, as you go through the prompts, the time frame, again, depending on how much you like to journal. I love to journal, so sometimes for me, it's a half hour to an hour if I can fit it into my day, but really it could be 15 minutes for you, especially if you're new to journaling and especially if you're new to this and you feel constrained by time. Set a timer. Do it for 10, 15 minutes, see how far you get, and keep going. The beauty of this book, The Magic, is that you can do it over and over and over again. Like I said, I've done, I think, I have my book right in front of me. I believe I've done 9 rounds of this. I'm on my second book. Again, I'm going to pick it up in probably a week or two and restart and redo. Again, setting aside time for you to kind of hash through what's going on in our brain. We're in such a society where it's like go, 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 go. Taking time out of your day, especially in the morning, just to kind of flush through what you want will set you up for a better day. So how does this relate to weight loss? There are definitely aspects in this book that incorporate weight loss, but again, it's that whole gratitude. When you have gratitude for just kind of being in this moment, on this planet, living the life that you're living, even if the circumstances are so effed up right now in your life, or they are just not going the way you want them to go, or you're not getting the body you want to get, reeling it back into, I'm grateful that I have a body. I'm grateful that I open my eyes every single morning and that I get to take breaths of air, that I get to hear noises. I don't know if you can hear in the background, they're cutting the lawn today. That I get to come on this Zoom call with you, if you're watching on YouTube or listening to this podcast on whatever platform you're listening to. Again, I know I say this so many times on this podcast, but it blows my mind that people all over the world are listening to this podcast. The other day, I was in the 50s ranking in Australia, I believe it was, and Canada, and Great Britain, and also America. Like, there are gazillions of podcasts about fitness, about mindset, about everything. I mean, come on, there's a lot of podcasts out there. The fact that this is able to be reached by so many people blows my mind. I am so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for this platform that I get to come and talk to you each week and help you in weight loss, in your life, whatever. And this is not going to be for everybody. I know I'm not for everyone, and that's okay. But you guys listening that are resonate with this, the people that I get on phone calls with that are like, I binge listened to your podcast. It's awesome. I love it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing with other people. And again, it's the gratitude, right? It's not from scarcity. Go listen to the last episode. I talk about gratitude in the 2 versions. But getting a hold of this book and really going through each day, you're going to find that your relationships may change. You're going to find that you have a different aspect on the way you look at your body. If you want more help with that, you know who to call. Call me, get on a call with me. The group is starting this Wednesday on September 18th. The Jumpstart group, get in there if you want help right now. You can go to my website, check out my free resources, weightlossforwomenover40.net, and get a hold of this book because you're going to talk about relationships, you're going to talk about money, you're going to talk about, again, your weight loss. It's a very interesting book. So again, the book is called The Magic. It's by Rhonda Byrnes. If you like this podcast and you like me sharing the books that I am reading or the other things that I am doing in my own personal life to elevate me to be an example of a 51-year-old woman living a life in a healthy body and loving life and eating the food that I want to eat and doing the things that I want to do, go to Instagram, go follow me at Weight Loss for Women Over 40, 40 at the end. Follow me and then send me a message. Send me a nice message saying, hey, Nikki, I listened to your podcast. Gonna grab the magic book or whatever. Just say hello. Would love to engage with you over there on Instagram. Again, go grab this book. I hope this was helpful. I know this was kind of off the cuff. podcast, but I hope it was helpful for you. And have a wonderful day. Stay in gratitude. Grab this book, get a journal book, get a pen, and start scripting your intended life, your intended body. And again, if you want help with either of those, right? Because I do the weight loss and Maven Heart is accepting clients for that next step, that next level of who you want to be, reach out and book a call. You can go to weightlossforwomenover40.net/call, book a call, and let's get started on getting you the life that you actually want to live in the body that you want to live in. All right, that is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. And thank you again for listening. All right, I will talk to you soon.